Welcome to the From Bromley with Love verdict with Mashal St. Patrick Hewitt. First things first, people, please make sure you like, share and subscribe, and make sure you go and subscribe to From Bromley with Love.news, where you can get all the exclusive writing about everything Bromley. But that's that. Let's chop it up. Bromley 2, Gillingham 2. Gillingham stay top of League 2. More crucially, both teams, Bromley and Gillingham, stay unbeaten. I won't beat around the bush. Let's get to the penalty first. It's not a penalty. But you know what's interesting? In a football ground, we don't have the benefit, obviously, of what people see on TV. So within seconds of the penalty being given, I had people messaging me, sending me messages on WhatsApp, sending me messages via X, saying there's no way that's a penalty. From my vantage point in the press section, I had no idea. And you have to, I think you have to bear this in mind, because in the heat of the moment and in this period right now where everyone's going to say, the refs lost us the game and so on and so forth, I do think it's worth looking back at the referee's position, because the referee's watching Gareth McCleary and I think it was Ben Crowhouse run into the penalty area. He can surely only see the back of them, right? He's probably got a similar view to what I've got from the John Fiorini stand, where I'm seeing McCleary run. Now, bear in mind that I thought it was a penalty based on just the angle of what was happening with McCleary, and obviously based on what the Gillingham fans' reactions were. I guess what I'm trying to say is I can see why the ref gave it. However, before people give me pelters in the comments below, of course it wasn't a penalty. Those two things can be different meanings. I can see why he gave it, but the decision was horrific, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Undoubtedly, as Andy Woodman says, he'll now email Bromley and say, I've made an absolute howler there, I shouldn't have given that penalty. But then people have to make a decision. What do you want? Do you want VAR at this level of football? Because VAR would have overturned it. But then more time when you lot watch Premier League football, you're saying that VAR's killing the game and you don't want VAR decisions in football. So what is it, people? And this isn't me trying to defend the referee. No way, it was an absolute shocker. But sometimes you have to take the rough with the smooth. Let me try flip it this way. Bromley should have put the game to bed. How about that? I think Bromley should have put the game to bed. Before it even becomes a conversation about 2-2, I'm going to run through a series of opportunities where on another day Bromley score, and we're not even discussing that particular penalty decision. Cheek hits the post. That's not Cheek's fault. Great shot, hits the post. Cheek has a volley which Max Clark heads over the bar. Not Cheek, and before that, Pinnock has a shot which is saved, which then goes out to Cheek, headed over the bar by Max Clark. I doubt he knows much about it. Not Cheek's fault. It's great defending there. Dananga decides to beat Glenn Morris 3 times rather than cross it into the box or pass to Cheek or do anything other than try to beat Glenn Morris 3 times. Gives up an opportunity there. There's a set piece which drops to Kabamba and Shawamni. There's just bounced in the area. Nobody puts a welly on it. It would have gone into the net if somebody does. I'm saying that there was a series of opportunities that probably could have put this game to bed. There was actually a penalty there as well. Before we talk about the penalty that was given against Bromley, let's talk about the penalty that wasn't given. Was it Max Clark? Handles the ball, and I did see that one from my vantage point, and then he falls to the ground. Let me do some reenactment. He basically handles it, then falls to the ground, holds his head like that. I don't know if Martin's thing is filming this. Holds his head like that, and then he doesn't even have to pretend to hold his head, because he looks up, realises the ref's not even paying any attention, he just gets away with it. It was so ridiculous. Even like I spoke to the Gillingham media lot afterwards, and they were like, that was absolutely ridiculous. It was a blatant handball. That's actually more shocking to me than McCleary's decision, because I thought that was more obvious to see. So the referee overall, he's had an absolute shocker in today's game, and he'll watch various things back and go, oh my God, I got that one wrong, I got McCleary's one wrong, etc, etc. But I just heard Andy Woodman say to some of the media, because I didn't interview him after today, there's reasons for it, but I didn't interview him after today, right? I heard him say to some media that he's sick of hearing, look how far Bromley have come. And do you know what? I make him right. Let's dead all that talk. That talk's boring now. That's rubbish talk. Bromley want to get promoted. Andy Woodman wants to get promoted. Let's just start saying it. Andy will be disappointed. The players will be disappointed, because what you saw today in this match was a team that is clearly aiming for promotion. Gillingham celebrated that point because they know Bromley are promotion rivals of theirs. That's why they celebrated it. In any other circumstance, Gillingham ain't celebrating like they've won the league title with a point at Bromley. They're wondering how they only taken a point at Bromley. I was part of the Gareth Ainsworth's interview for Gillingham, and his last words that he said in the interview to one of the reporters was, he said, thank God you only have to come to Bromley once a season. He said they are the hardest team to play in this league in terms of their style. let's start calling what Bromley are. They are promotion contenders. Bromley are aiming for the top 3. And we saw enough in that performance today. I'm going to start being reckless now. We saw enough in that performance today to say Bromley will definitely end in the playoffs. They've even got a chance of ending in the top 3. Mark my words. See you all at the next game.